Do you feel the pulse?
Yo, welcome back, people. GNT, episode 127. Your captain is in the building, controlling the ones and twos. Let's get into this conversation. Let go. GNT family, what's good, peoples? What's good? Good to see everybody that's going to be showing up. And welcome to episode 127, where we're going to talk some WNBA. We're going to talk some NFL. Gotta talk some NBA. But all that's all going to be all put together by Tone's Top 10. -5. It's Tone's Top 5. It's been a long day. But let's introduce my boys. Bird Gang in the building.
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in for another episode of GNT Sportstalk. And I didn't know what was the top 10. I'm like, hold up. I thought it was 5, but let's get it, baby. Let's go.
Tone the promoter.
Yo, what's going on? Tone the promoter, like he said, man, Tone's top 5 on the way. Let's get into it. Episode 127. Glad y'all here. Glad to be back, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, I got confused. Maybe I wanted 10 questions, but maybe
I can stir some more. I can stir some more questions up. You know what I mean, in the pot, man. That's nothing, man. That's nothing. There's a lot to talk about, man. You know what I mean? It'd be more, things to talk about. It could be a section in there where we can give whatever take we wanted to. Hey, man, we can get to 10, brother.
I'm sure we can. The problem is we only allowed ourselves to have 1 hour. We have 10 questions. We're gonna be in here for like 2+ hours arguing about like question number 3.
What I mean? Won't be the first time, but tonight's not one of those nights.
Right. Right.
Oh, man. Hey, just in case of the people that's that's online with us right now on YouTube as well as Instagram, we do see y'all guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with us. Just in case, you see the gear that Joel has on, and you see the gear right there that Tone has on, you can find that stuff on our pop-up shop, which is right there. You see that QR code right there. I'm pretty sure I'm pointing at it correctly. That QR code is right there. Will actually link y'all guys directly. It's either or. It's going to direct y'all guys directly to our pop-up shop. So please check it out and support, because everything that we make on there is all going to a good cause. So we'll get more into that later. But without delaying the inevitable, Tone, I'm going to shift this program right over to you. What is your first question, sir?
Yes, sir. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's me, your guy, Tone, the promoter. 6'3", 6'5", according to VJ. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? With the beard strong, but the opinions are stronger. And we back with another segment of Tone's Top 5. This is where the takes, you know what I'm saying, gonna get spicy. The debates can get loud. And your favorite player may catch it straight respectfully or not. You know what I'm saying? We really don't even care. Y'all know how I do. I got 5 questions. It's going to be 5 topics, 0 filters. You know what I'm saying? So if you're sensitive about your team, this might not be the segment for you, man. So, you know what I mean? Just sit back, like I say, pop that popcorn, you know what I'm saying, and do what it is that you want to do. If you in your car, you at work, wherever you at, sit back and enjoy. Let's get into it. Tone's Top 5. Here we go, y'all. Question number 1. The WNBA and the Players Union have reached a verbal agreement on a new CBA deal. What are y'all thoughts? And should it have been more? Kat, what you think?
So, if this question was about 3 years ago, I would say no. But fast forward into right now, I'm so happy that deal did get put across the table and got approved and got agreed on. What is good? What is good? Hunter, good to see you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Keep the comments going, bro. WNBA right now is definitely a hot commodity with some good stars that's going to be coming out into the league real soon. So right now, I'm happy that they got that money increase. I'm happy that the game is improving and the game is actually being sent across the whole entire nation and the world as a positive, not as the negative that it was like 4 years ago. So do I believe that they deserve more money, more than what they got? We will see with that. But right now, I'm happy with, the base salary right now is a little over 600,000, where I think they're saying that the max player can make between 1 to 1.5 million. So it's a whole lot better than what it used to be. But give it some time, let it breathe a little bit more, and see if they end up getting more.
Yeah, definitely feel like it's timely, it's long overdue. I mean, they signed a lot of big deals as far as like the viewership, as far as like the networking and stuff. So the money's rolling in for the organization. So it was timely that they get that, because I mean, they were talking about, store assistant store managers at Walmart making more than these athletes. So it's definitely a huge bump and an increase, but they're gonna have to continue to monitor that throughout the next couple years, and making sure that, just like anything, inflation and things, cost of living going up and stuff like that, they're just gonna have to make sure that they're just on target, and it don't take long for it to be another reset on the market for these ladies and the athletes. So definitely agree with Larry.
Yeah, Hunter, definitely. We definitely know for sure. I agree with you, Hunter. Let us see how the rest of the season goes before you pay them $2 million. I definitely agree. Now, mind you, I want them to be successful. I'm sure us at the crew, we want all of those ladies to get paid. Everybody deserves to get paid. You deserve to get the money that you're working hard to go ahead and get. So if they keep going in this direction, absolutely. $2 million, absolutely. But they have to have the clientele. They have to have the business acumen for people to want to actually go, and actually see the product. Now, granted, there's a whole lot more people watching the WNBA today compared to what it was before. But, that has to continue. But, I mean, we talked about this last week. They're in the midst of this agreement. They're going to bring in 2 more teams. So now already they're going to thin out the herd already, or they're going to thin out the folks. So maybe the product may not be as good because the competition may not be as good. So we'll see how that ends up turning out. But I don't know, man. This it's going to be real interesting. But Tone, I'm sure you didn't answer it. What do you think?
So I just want to start off by paying homage to the late great Kobe Bryant, man, because this is what he was doing. When he was really involved and tapped into the WNBA. Trying to get it here, knowing how hard these women work. Working just as hard as the men. To try to get the sport a better viewership. Better involvement with just fans in general, man. So just shouts out that is working now. In these women's favor. Because a lot of them had to go overseas and play after the season. Some of them even have jobs. Because to Joel's point, man, Walmart managers or whatever kind of managers out here in businesses is making more than these women. And they're professional athletes, right? So, and that's supposed to be the top tier, best league in the world. So, let's start treating it as such. Now, as the business grows, so does the business, and we see that, with the I want to say the birth of these new players, man. Is a girl, that you see come out. A woman that comes out and just be balling, just super nice, So they bring that excitement to the game, I just want to read this about details of the agreement. So details of the agreement, including the number of years, have not been finalized, but neither the WNBA players or union will comment and specify the deal. But ESPN has reported that the new salary cap will start at $7 million, and that is up $1.5 million from last year. And the average revenue share for the players would be nearly 20% across deal, and that is up 93%. Up that was held under the old deal. For the players' salaries, according to the report, like Cap said, the Supermax will be 1.4 million average, in range of the 600,000 that he mentioned would be the base salary, with the minimum of right above 300,000. So, you know what I mean? That is great, man, to hear that. Those are going to be the numbers. And speaking of that 1.4 max, I'm not sure if y'all seen, but Asia Wilson is now the first, highest paid woman in WNBA history, because she just signed that deal probably about 20 minutes before we, jumped on. So, congratulations to her. There's going to be more, obviously contracts that's going to be out there that these women is earning, and rightfully so, man. Like I said, as the business grows, so should these women's salaries, man. So that, I think, is great for them. It's going to be great for the game. Hopefully we can all get tapped in just like we tapped in to the NBA, man. You know what I mean? To give this sport more awareness, because of course without the support, and things like that, the business not going, obviously grow. You might just see the 1.4s, like the comment that Hunter put up about the 2 million. You know what I mean? It may be somebody signing for 2 million before the end of the season. You know what I mean? The way that obviously we know how these contracts go. You know what I mean? And that obviously definitely brings me into the next question. Question number 2. Oh, go ahead, Pat. What would you have?
Just real quick. So just in case, how much each team in the WNBA is getting per year? 7 million, right?
7 million.
7 million per
cap. Yeah, it's a cap, yo.
So they're awarding 1.4 or 1.5 million dollars when it comes to a max player.
Max player, right? It's probably obviously going to be one per team, right now. You know what I mean? And obviously, like I said, as the business grows, the salaries will. So then you might get the teams that get the 2 max players on the squad. You know what I mean? Like how obviously the NBA has a lot of people on the same team with max contracts. So that'll happen one day.
So
yeah, no, it's definitely to me, it's definitely great for the sport. And like I know Larry was just saying, like, we'll see how things go and stuff like that. But before the NBA and the WNBA started getting a little more popular, they've really just played that at that college level and didn't really have any, aspirations into going into the WNBA, especially when they're into college and they got degrees and they can go and follow a different profession instead of following their passion and make more money, and start a family and all those type of things and things like that. So now with, that increase right now that they just got, you know what I mean? And them being able that now they have options, they can still follow a different career path, whether it's in the medical field, in the law, or something like that. But now, is on the table and is worth entertaining, because, before it really got, popular, they were just like, all right, I'm just going to play college ball. And then, all right, that was it. Let me start, my profession, so now I think, with that being in place, I think, it's not, like we went back and forth, and not to let that cat out the bag, but with the 2 expansion teams that they're talking about adding to the NBA, where we feel like is a little diluted, it's still new and it's growing. So hopefully a lot more young women athletes can, apply themselves a little bit more now that it is an opportunity to earn a substantial amount of money doing something you love versus chasing or weighing the options between the profession and, playing ball. So definitely feel from that standpoint is going to get a lot better. And, a lot of people probably won't, like be like, all right, like kind of like, hey, you're wasting your time kind of thing. Now it's like, oh, there's some money to be had. Plus on top of that, with the NIL deals that they have available to them as well. So I think it's going to be great. We just got to see how it pans out.
No, end up being there. Just real quick, just so we know, we want the WNBA product to get better, but they want the popularity to get higher. So in order for them to have and obviously everything to kind of trickle down. So WNBA team $7 million per year. NBA team every year, their salary cap is $166 million. That's the reason why you can go and have all these max players, all these 55 millions and stuff like that, right? But here's the biggest thing. Switching over, NFL. Granted, they have a whole lot more players. So they got a lot more people to go ahead and pay. But you know how much their salary cap is for a year? $301 million. So popularity goes, money starts to show up. If the popularity stays below a certain range, then it's going to stay at that mark. So we're going to see. We definitely want to see. Now, I'm not saying that they have to be an undefeated team to get paid $2 or $3 million, but they get to practice harder, sweat harder, and have really good teamwork. Not like they don't have any good teamwork already. And trust me, Hunter, I think we definitely feel exactly where you're coming from with that one there. It's that in the Angel Reese's right now, the popularity of Caitlin Clark and like those players, it's going to be the players that's going to really, I think, is going to really draw in that audience. They need more players like that to draw in that audience, because if it wasn't for Dr. J, I don't know how much of an NBA fan I would be today. You know what I mean? If it, some people, it wasn't for Michael Jordan. For a lot of the younger folks, it wasn't for Steph Curry, it wasn't for LeBron James. So it's the players that rule us in. Now it's just a matter of WNBA. I mean, it's a shame because, man, you had some greats, women players back in the day with the Deuce Stalers and the Leslie, and the Lisa Leslies and the Cheryl Swoops. And I mean, we all know these names like in the back of our heads. You know what I mean? They've been retired for about good 10, 15 years. They need more players like that now.
Cheryl Miller, man, that's one player, that like, I like, damn, she was obviously before her time with the WNBA, how that goes, man, because she'd have probably been a beast, man. That story, man, with Reggie Miller, about when he scored, I think he scored 62 or 42. He scored something like that, like in the game the night that she scored 100.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, he thought he did something that day. And he was like, he just remembered when he got in the car after practice or after the game and like told them like, yeah, because he was like, my dad went to my sister's game. He was like, so when I got in the car, I told him like, yeah, I had 42. And then he like, they start laughing in the front seat. Like, he was like, what y'all laughing for? He's like, he's like, so sure, how much you had? He's like, they must be laughing because she wasn't scoring. Like, well, how much you had? What, 60, 70? And she was like, no, 100. And he was like, what? He was like, yo, it was one quarter where she scored more than him in the entire game. Like, she scored like 44 in one quarter. He scored 44 for the whole game. And it was just like, yo, she was a beast, yo. Like I said, I would have probably loved to have seen her maybe just on that stage, man, for a couple of years, just like we got to see Cynthia Cooper for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying, on that stage. She was I'm gonna say past her prime, but she was still good enough, for what she had left in the WNBA. That's why Houston, when they first started out, they started out the WNBA winning like the first 4 championships. Like They was cooking, man. They was cooking. And that was still kind of interesting to watch, man, because that was like some real basketball that I can remember playing, man. That was definitely exciting, man. And it's decent that we talking about this during this is like Women's History Month.
It is.
So you know what I mean. Salute that we really talking about this on this day. You know what I mean. Giving shouts out to the WNBA.
Just real quick, Hunter says, and I can see why NFL players get paid more because they work harder and practice more often than the NBA, than like the basketball players do. And reflecting on that, it's really what he says next. And they risk their bodies playing football. And I think that's what they really get paid for. You know what I mean? It's that aspect. Those NFL players, that's probably the biggest example of old school, Roman, Coliseum gladiators. You're going to that's the NFL. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on with with them, so they do have to kind of protect themselves a little bit more. But they get paid for it because it's such a riskier sport. So I can see why the NFL players get paid more than WNBA. I can see why. I guess there too. I can see that also when it comes to the NFL as well compared to the NBA. But in the same token, the NFL plays a whole lot less games compared to what the NBA do. So there's going to be a balance, but I'm pretty sure the NBA players will not complain at all about how much money they make. so we just want to get the WNBA to to step up and be, they get paid like those other leagues. Okay, I'm sorry, Tone. So it's on you, bro.
All right, question number 2. Since we was talking about NFL a little bit, NFL quarterback contracts. Who's actually worth the bread? Joel, what you got to say about that?
I mean, Patrick Mahomes, obviously, he's definitely worth the money. But we often talk about it again, man. It's just they got the pay band set already. Like, you know what I mean? It's just what the position's paid. You know what I mean? And it's like, what the last person got, and they just kind of like have to meet that threshold. So, I think a lot of them actually don't really deserve it. You know what I mean? And then you'll have someone like Patrick Mahomes that's not even the top paid, and what he had, what he brings to the table, as far as like that winning pedigree and stuff like that. And you got some quarterbacks that are getting that coin and, coming up short. So I would say no, that they don't deserve what they get paid. I know the actual, that is like pay bands. Is what the position pays. But as far as like what if they deserve it or not, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess is if it's your team, you're gonna say whether he deserves it or not, if they win it or not. So, like for instance, like as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I feel like Jalen Hurts earned his contract because he's been every time he went to the Super Bowl, he performed at a high level and came up winning one and lost one. But I feel like he's lived up to his contract and won, at the highest stage and played at the highest level at that stage. So he has earned it. The same thing I could say for Patrick Mahomes. But you look at a guy like your favorite guy, 17, and Larry's favorite guy, Lamar, down in Baltimore, I would probably guess that you guys say they haven't earned their money.
Okay.
So I was as soon as I heard this question, I just knew that this eventually was going to lead to me with Lamar Jackson. Right? And I think I'm going to surprise the world. I think Lamar Jackson, for example, is worth every penny of his money. I think he actually deserves the money that he's gotten because he put the butts in the seats. How many people, fan-wise, go back and look at Lamar Jackson and go like, yo, like, as long as he's playing, we got a chance. As long as he's playing, we have a chance to make it to the championship. We could do well in the playoffs. Now, we all know reality. That's not going to be the case. But if you see Lamar on the field, I understand why the fans feel as though that they have a chance every single time. So I get it. But there's not a whole lot of Lamar Jacksons. There's not a whole lot of Patrick Mahomes. There's not a whole lot of Josh Allens, as much as you may want to hate that one too, Tone. Okay.
All right, let's do someone neutral then, because I know Tone was 17 and you. Joe Burrow. That's a good one.
That's a great question.
He's gotten paid and he hasn't done. You know what I mean? So that's definitely one that's on there.
I definitely agree. Now, okay, so here we go. Just real quick, Joel. Does he deserve it? Does Joe Burrow deserve that contract?
He deserves the contract, but he hasn't earned that contract. Just like I said, I said what hurts. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would say, like, hey, probably like your analogy with Lamar. I don't think necessarily Eagles fans go to the link because of Hurts. They go because of the team around Hurts. As far as Saquon, AJ, Devontae Smith, then you got those guys, that retired already, Kelsey, them guys that, people love. And right now, with Cooper DeJean and stuff like that fan favorites. So those are more likely would fall on your side where Lamar's bringing people. Those are the type of guys. So I don't think anyone's like, yo, I can't wait to go see Hurts. But as far as him getting paid and earning that contract, I think he's earned it, and it was deserved because of that pay band, whatever. But as far as Joe Burrow, like if I'm a Cincinnati fan, I'm like, no, he hasn't earned that money we gave him. Look, case in point, fast forward, they paid Jamar Chase, they paid T. Higgins, they didn't have money for Hendrickson. And then now you can't even build a team around Joe Burrow with giving him protection on that line because, like you had to pay him and you gave him the money, but he hasn't earned it.
And look what Hunter said. Okay, I get Joe Burrow, but he was out half his season because of his toe and everything. I get the need of surgery, but he only played half the season this year. That's almost every year, bro. That's almost
right. That's what I'm saying.
Year for him. So if you want to go by talent,
he Embiid at the Bengals, huh? He Embiid.
Yes,
He's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt every year.
Seriously, is it? That's a great freaking example and freaking like a comp for him just because of the fact that like it's like, all right, if Joe Burrow's healthy, we're good. You know what I mean? You got Chase, you got the people there, but just think that's what I think about the Sixers too.
Just thinking that. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
See, look at him wrong. He break the ball.
100% facts, yo. 100% facts.
Yo, and I'm a Joe Burrow fan as far as like the player when he plays. You like, man, this dude makes some tough throws and stuff like that. But as far as like what he's getting paid, is he earning that? It's like, yo, like, damn, you handcuff the team because you're making so much, but you haven't delivered. So or being available.
So if you look at Joe Burrow first, not his first year, okay, the first 2 years, because the first year obviously he was hurt for the whole entire season. The second year he actually took his team all the way to the Super Bowl, right? So after that he has not had a healthy season at all. So the question is, would Cincinnati give them another bag like that or no?
Of course they would.
And Tone, I agree with you. I think that they will give him the bag again. Why? Because of the talent that's there.
I'm about to say, what's out there? Yeah, what you gonna go with?
Right. But if you look at all the rest of these quarterbacks that's out there, so like Tua, does he deserve the second contract that he just got? I don't even think he needs to be a starter nowhere. And all of a sudden he's right back at it, starting again. Now, granted, there's like a whole bunch of debt money connected to him. I think he got like $39 million debt money from Miami this year.
It was 50.
50.
Yeah, it was 50.
Okay, it's
crazy.
Worth 50. No.
Did y'all see when they had like the little thank you, for playing with the team or whatever? His little goodbye message. They had a picture of him and like his feats that he had doing with the team, and I think like one of them was like one time Pro Bowl, one-time Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? The year. There was something else up there, but then it had like the amount of years he was the team captain. They was like, yo, you got to have this.
They were trying to find accolades to put.
Yeah, they was like, yo, who the fuck gets a banner talking about how many times they've been captain? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
did they have 4.5 concussions?
Yeah, we don't care about how many times he was captain on this team. Like, what? What did he bring to us, on the field? I don't care about being a captain. No shots at you, Cap. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, we ain't give a captain. You know what I'm saying?
No problem.
It looked very promising though when McDaniels got there. Then Tua was playing, and they got Waddle, they got Land. They had a nice team going. Then everything just fell apart quickly.
After that one hit. After that one
Yeah, after he was,
yeah.
that's where it all went wrong. That's where it all went wrong.
When the gate signs start going up,
when he started crib walking, yeah. Once he started Tupacing, it was a wrap.
oh my god! Hey, yes, Hunter. Yeah, they still won all their money, even though they only played and earned half of their paycheck. They're gonna get that whole joint.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And talking about this, about the sub and the quarterback, yeah, for the Broncos, absolutely sacked their quarterback. Hey, look, it's funny because when we think about the quarterback, and Tone, I know you still have to answer your question, but when you think about the quarterbacks, naturally we think of the top tier quarterbacks that's out there. No, you still got the JJ McCarthy's that's out there. You still got the Aaron Rodgers that still find the time to actually still get a job. You still got all these other, like quarterbacks that's out there. It's like no way in the world. And look, and on purpose, I'm staying away from Dak Prescott. I'm staying away from that because we don't have to go and go that route. But no way in the world, I would say that man's worth $60 million per year. Just off of the straight results. It's off of the straight results. I don't see it. But go ahead, Tone's on you.
Yeah, see, the fine line in that question is deserving, you know what I mean, and should they get it, right? So, just like to Joel's point, man, these contracts are pretty much just.
Oh no, I'm saying I'll be right back. Go ahead.
Like these quarterbacks, like they get paid off of really who signed before them. You know what I mean? Especially if they coming off a season where they did semi-decent, stat-wise. Even if they made the playoffs and maybe won a game or two, whatever, however that may go. It don't even always mean to get the team to the NFC, AFC, or even the Super Bowl, like championship games. That ain't what these contracts are really obviously pretty much guaranteed on, because just like y'all saying, all the quarterbacks who have won something, of course they deserve what they're getting paid, because obviously they achieved, something that, of course, that's hard to do in the NFL and that's rarely done. So yes, those quarterbacks, earned their contract, but did they deserve it? And that could be, debatable, with a lot of quarterbacks in this league, man. But I think a lot of the teams that are relevant, that do win football games, that could be a competitive team, I do believe that the quarterback is probably the most critical, position on that team, man. Because think about a lot of starting quarterbacks, man, that if they got hurt, how would the team season go? You know what I mean? I want to say like I said, 90% of the teams who we know that are competitive in the league, they lost a starting quarterback, you know what I mean, in any week for a significant amount of, games. They're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it like that. You know what I mean? No, I'm saying that he can't go on the streak. Get some wins going. Not fall off a cliff. But 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying? Teams are gonna struggle a little bit. So the quarterback could be the most important position on the team. That's why they probably get paid. You know what I mean? The way they do now. To Cap's point, about Dak Prescott, like, of course, yeah, he leads the pack at $60 million, a year as far as the quarterback goes. But it is 9 quarterbacks. The top 9 quarterbacks pay per year don't have a Super Bowl. Don't have a Super Bowl. So I know we hang on merit of wins and things like that, but clearly, if the top 9 don't have Super Bowls, why does it keep going up? You know what I'm saying? With the contracts, you know what I mean? As far as like, yeah, eventually these guys may be able to win, you know what I mean, like a Super Bowl or whatever, but it's all off of potential, you know what I'm saying? And it's all off of, them kind of being that important part of the team. You know what I mean? Deserving and earning is 2 different, you know what I mean, categories or whatever to base a contract on. You know what I mean? Of course not. If these people ain't won anything, do they deserve $60 million a season? No. No. But could they have earned that, you know what I mean, from the things that they may have done during the regular season, or like I said, having a team relevant, you know what I mean, maybe making the playoffs, even though you don't win the championship, you know what I mean, or whatever, but just having your team, you know what I mean, there or competitive. And like I said, to my point of if these dudes get hurt, where do these teams go, man? So do they deserve it? I'm gonna say no, but can they obviously rightfully so earn the contract? Yes.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
every
I
team
think.
could be like the Eagles. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah, I
every team
think
could be the team.
the other thing, like which Tone was just talking, and it got me like thinking about it too, was they do have like the biggest workload as far as like running the offense. The personnel is typically designed around the quarterback, on the strengths of the quarterback and stuff like that. So there is another way to look at it. So it is that obviously we will all agree that it is the number one important, position as far as like on the team. And then they do have to, not only on the field, like they typically, I don't want to say typically like the the quarterback needs to be the leader of the team. They need to be, the one that everyone looks up to and, look for answers and stuff like that. Like you got a couple silent leaders and people that do that naturally that are part of the team as well. But, then you got the PR stuff on and off the field and, marketing the team through the quarterback. So they do have a lot more responsibility from that standpoint. And yeah, I was going to say that Taya and I am Sunny D checked in on IG.
It's good to see both of y'all ladies as always. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. All right. So yeah, they don't deserve it, but you're right. Is what would they do without them? You know what I mean? And yo, you're 100% right. The offensive line that they build for the team is directly built around the quarterback that they have. The wide receivers fit the type of play of the quarterback. You know what I mean? The tight end is like which tight end would be the best choice as a safety net for that particular quarterback. And that's the reason why, like a lot of times, even the backup quarterback usually is a mirror of the starting quarterback because they want everything to run exactly the same if something was to happen. So
Right.
it is the most important position.
It's the most important position on the field, man, for real. Like,
Right.
even though the running back can go obviously hand in hand with that because if you got a dangerous running back, it makes it easier for the quarterback because they're gonna put more in the box to try to stop, the running back. So, but like again, man, that quarterback, man, that's it right there. That is it. If you got an official quarterback who can obviously know you can win you some ball games, that's what you want to stick with.
Yeah, to Larry's point, that's why Tua ended up in with the Falcons because Penix is left-handed, he's left-handed. You know what I mean? They're both a little mobile and stuff like that. But I think once you got like a left-handed quarterback and you're lining up, like typically like when you're right-handed, you got your top receiver lining up on the right all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously they move them around but comfortably to throw the ball, it's better to throw to the right. So with them having these guys mirror each other like Larry was saying, that's why they brought in Tua, to the Falcons. And then there were also, rumors that they were trying to get Dylan from the Browns, where Stefanski came from, because he's left-handed as well. So definitely great point, Larry.
Appreciate it. Look, I gotta announce my peoples on IG. D boys in the building. What's happening, boss? Good to see you, man. Always good to see you. I already have up here Lady Leo. It's good to see you again, my dear. It's always good to be in your digital presence. And speaking of digital, Kane Digital. It's in the building. It's good to see you as well. Good to see good to see you as well.
Yeah.
All right, Tone. I think we're ready for that next question, right?
All right. Question number 3. With the playoffs approaching, who is your regular season NBA MVP, Cat? Who is it?
I don't even know. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
See, the crazy part is the people that I had to go back and look because some people aren't even eligible to win it anymore because they missed so many games. So you're like, like I would have said him, but he's not even available to win the award.
So how about this? I have another question that could be in substitution of it. Who's your MVP for tanking this year? Okay, so that feels like the better question because I have no true idea of like who I would pick as MVP at this particular moment because of what you just got finished saying, Joel. The names that would normally be on that list, obviously they're not there no more. The other ones is like, all right, that would have been my MVP by the middle of the season. They missed too many games enough for them to be even part of the conversation now. I have no idea. And I was sitting here thinking I did not want to go on Google or on anything to try to look that up. I wanted to just, Larry, going by what you see, who's the MVP? And I don't have an answer. Sorry, it may be a cop out, but that's just my answer. I do not know. And that's without me trying to do any kind of research on it. Just with my eyes right now, who is the MVP of the league? I have no idea.
Okay, that's fair. What you guys say, Joel?
I mean, like I said, I really don't know, but me personally, like looking at the actual list of the people that are on there, obviously I would have said SGA, but I know he missed some time, and there was questions like with a few of the guys that are on the top if they're gonna be able to make it. But as far as like the team that I'm most impressed with, and the player that I'm impressed with that has been carrying the team, and then obviously like he's not even the A1 star on the team because Tatum is back, but I feel like what Brown was able to do in the absence of Tatum being out, I think that should have some type of like he did his thing, maintaining the team where they're at and stuff like that. But I would say like as far as like MVP, as far as that goes, but I mean obviously they got like 3 or 4 other guys in front of them. But I really couldn't even decide because I just feel like those teams, the guys that are in the top right now is SGA, Jokic, and Victor. But like right behind them, you got Cunningham and Luka, and then Brown's right there. So as far as like the most impressive one to me and how they're playing right now, where they look like that championship team again, I would say Jaylen Brown.
Okay. That's actually a great. I like that. That's actually a great take on that and point that out. That he's definitely still had Boston relevant. You know what I mean, in the East, man, and still carry them. And now that Tatum is back, they're gonna be a dangerous team in the playoffs, man, and make a nice run. You know what I mean? To get back to where they once was. And yes, you want to, say that SGA is the leading candidate because he's on the best team in the league. You know what I mean? And yes, he is the number one player. He is, the top 5, player in this league right now, and definitely, get busy on the court, man. But and then you got the triple double machine and Jokic, man. You know what I mean? And that dude is just a freak. Even though I know Cap said he's overrated, you know what I'm saying? But Joker is a freak, man, out there. Like he can play the laziest, man, but at the end of the day, he got 40, 20, and 15. Like if you could just get that by mistake, that's a very talented mistake. You know what I'm saying? That I wish, came a dime a dozen, but it doesn't, man. But Cade Cunningham, man, you know what I mean? You got Detroit balling, man, and that's been something that you can say, trust the process, because that's what happened in Detroit, man. They had a lot of bad seasons, man, had some top picks, man, but all that is really, really obviously came together very well for them. Cade Cunningham is a problem if you ain't really sat down and watched that dude play. He can hoop, he down the rock out, you know what I'm saying? And he give you work, perimeter, inside, ball is a bucket. And he's a super, super talented player, man. But for me, man, this season, bro, the MVP of the MVP in the NBA, in my opinion, man, is Victor Wembanyama, man. Like, dude is like, I think he's the most unguardable player in the NBA right now, man. Like, there's just nothing that you can do with this guy, man. Like, he can take you off the dribble. He can take you on the perimeter. Like, of course, if you too small, he's backing you down. He's putting you through the room, man. He's like, every year they've gotten better, San Antonio, man. Right now, they said, I think, number 2, you know what I mean, in the West, man. But that says a lot for that team, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you, it's all because of him, man. He's really, really definitely the alien of the MVP. I mean, of the NBA, man. Like, dude is just a freak, man. And got San Antonio, you know what I mean, on the rise, man. He really, really, to me, you know what I mean, is the difference, of course, with that team in San Antonio, man. I'm just loving the way he's been balling this season, man. So my NBA MVP is Victor Wembanyama.
Yo, I'm going to address this question. Can y'all make this stream more goon friendly? Just so you know, bro, our channel's for everyone. It's for the younger group. It's for the gentlemen. It's for the young ladies. It's for the goons. It's for everything. But I tell you one thing: when the Eagles was playing the Kansas City Chiefs, and we was live at Dimensions, y'all would have called us a goon. Because the fact that we was trashing y'all the whole entire time. So don't worry about goons are definitely needed to be on here because we straight trashed y'all in front of the Kansas City fans. So goons is definitely invited. And I think that we are definitely goon friendly. Appreciate your comment. Keep the comments going, brother. Go Birds. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tone. Continue.
Hey, yo. Chiefs Kingdom, I know you got something to say about that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You just take your ball and walk and go home, right? You know what I'm saying? We definitely can see a follow-up comment. Let's go, Chiefs Kingdom. But question number 4. Shouts out to Venezuela, man, for winning the WBC last time. And, you know, shouts out to them guys, man. They beat the USA, man. So shouts out to Venezuela for winning the WBC. But guess what? After they knocked off Japan, Venezuelan player Ronald Acuna Jr. said, "We ain't Tucci. We ain't Tucci." What is your reaction to that? And how do y'all think it would have been taken if it was a USA player who yelled that? Kat, what you think, man?
I think you're lucky that Mahomes was hurt because y'all would have lost again in the Super Bowl. Y'all wouldn't even made it there. The best thing that happened to y'all is that. Okay, I'm sorry. I hope Mahomes get back well, and I cannot wait to see Eagles versus Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. To go ahead and like the third time, you got one, we got one, and then this will be the tie. So I cannot wait for it. Go ahead, Chief Kingdom is on. And just so you know, I don't remember Goons saying, "You're lucky." Goons don't talk like that. But it's all right, bro. Like I wish you nothing but the best, seriously. And I'm gonna answer your question in a second, Tone. I'm sorry. All y'all divas walked out the door. And our second string was still dogging y'all. So that's a whole different conversation. Oh, I can. All right. Yo, Chief Kingdom, I want to see you in our chat every single week, especially when football season starts, bro. I need to see you. I need your energy. Trust me, because I'm going to be trashing y'all the whole entire season. Like I'm almost starting to hate Chief Kingdom the same way I'm starting to hate the Cowboys. And that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I didn't think anybody would get smoked like Cowboys fans. And y'all Chief Kingdom's about to get it. Chief Kingdom, 49ers Kingdom, all y'all kingdoms. Anyway, Buster. We stream every Wednesday.
Yeah.
We stream
$5, Buster.
We stream every Wednesday. We go live between 8:30, depending on the time, and we and whenever. So every Wednesday, look, I expect you to go ahead and make sure that you subscribe and then hit that bell. So every time we go live, we can have this communication. Cause I can't wait. Like goons. Like, what goons say Buster? Okay, anyway. I got you next time, Buster. All right.
Listen here, Buster. Answer the question.
Okay. I can't wait.
Where's the pause button?
I'm not going to go ahead and use it. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. This is fun. Okay. So to answer your question, Tone, if that was a U.S. player that said that, the smoke that would have been given to the U.S. players for sushi, like that's the word that you said to come out your mouth. We're eating sushi, no, it's I can't imagine. I cannot imagine the smoke that would have been given to this U.S. team if they would said something closer. Hold up, then the U.S. team, the U.S. hockey team, it was a rumor that went out there that they said something about the other team about like something with Canada, and it was false, and that blew up like crazy. And that was a false statement. Can you imagine if I want to say Bryce, but it say if that was Judge, they say, we eating sushi tonight. Like, can you imagine, that's the smoke would be crazy, it would be bad crazy.
Shit, what you think,
man, it was reckless, man. But I think just because of the language barrier, they kind of just knocked it down. It was just buried it underneath the base. They was just bury that on the home plate, bro. He did not say that. You know what I mean? But shout out to Goon Nation too.
He said we're gonna call the stream Goonathon on Wednesday.
Goonathon Wednesdays.
Yo, we gotta have a segment called Goonathon Buster. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just
Buster takes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We could just have people call the line up and just give out these smoke.
We gotta open up the line for him.
Oh yeah, Goonathon gotta call in.
You could call in.
You definitely gotta call in.
Set it up for next week.
Yeah,
you could call in.
Number popping, man. Definitely get Goonathon on the phone.
Goonathon. The Goonathon chat line.
Yeah.
There you go.
The Goonathon. Chief Kingdom, you started something, bro. You really started something.
Goonathon
chat line. I like that. The Goonathon hotline. Let's get it.
The Goonathon hotline. Man, look, I tell you. Don't tell me that these people can have good Chief Kingdom can have good ideas once in a while.
Takes every week.
Hey yo, man, way to be a sport, Chief King. Way to be a fucking sport.
Yeah.
He just catch up. And then he used his nickname, yo. I fucks with Chief King.
Captain Buster.
Yo, y'all gotta have your own segment, Captain Buster segment. That's great, man. I love it, man.
Man.
I think, man, just like we said, man, if it was a USA, player, man, they'd be grinding it up. It'd be on Good Morning America. That player probably gets suspended. And probably has so many people boycotting games, and it would just be so crazy, man. You know what I mean? That he ate it. And I know it's funny that Joel said it, man, but I think that has something to do with the language barrier, man, because it was funny to me, and not because of what he said. It was the way he said. He didn't say sushi. He said sushi. And I know that was because of his accent, but he said sushi. You know what I'm saying?
Sushi.
Yeah, it was to me. I was laughing, so I didn't even look at it as it being like a racist statement or something like that, or racist term or whatever. I didn't look at it like that, but as I finished laughing and I processed it, I was like, yo, what would if that would have been an American, player? I was like, it wouldn't have been that reaction, you know what I mean? It would have really been, dug into and really, talked about, like I said, on every sports platform. And this player would have been catching so much heat, you know what I mean? And of course, didn't mean it like that, and knowing it was just a joking shot, you know what I mean? Just I don't know. They could have got into a heated, argument on the field, or they was talking crap on the field, and maybe it spilled into the, in the media interview. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But But like, I just think it would have been hell on earth if it would have been a USA player. You know what I mean? That said that. You know what I mean? And how everybody would have viewed that joint. It would have went super viral.
Yo, all right, Tone. I want this is going to be a throwback to our old conversations that we had over the years, right? What if it was the Olympics, right? And the U.S. basketball team just got finished playing Mexico, and then LeBron afterwards say Taco Tuesday.
I mean, did they win the gold medal on a Tuesday? Because maybe he was talking about that's what they was going to eat to celebrate the championship win.
Taco Tuesday. Like no, that's
he only could have said that it was on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like no.
I guarantee you, somebody on that Japan team filed that one. They got that one in the tuck. They got it tucked away.
Yeah, because remember, all right, what's my man name who played for the Yankees? Man, is it the boys? They got a guy on they black boy named Chisholm, right? They got a player on their squad. It's pretty decent. I think his last name, like Chisholm. Anyway, one of the boys on the Yankees hit a home run. He does the Euro step before he cross home plate. You know what I mean? And then he step on the plate. So the pitcher who he hit the home run off remembered that. Next time they played, he struck his ass out, right? And like in the ninth inning to end the game. And then the pitcher did the Euro step off the mound, like payback's a motherfucker. So just to your point, yeah, somebody from Japan definitely got that in the back of the mental.
They're gonna pull out a sushi roll and eat that.
Yeah, right. They definitely got that. Definitely thinking some payback on that.
Yo, the one thing about baseball players too, if there's anyone that's petty and just and just like you said, that just hold on to that type of stuff, in the Rolodex, yeah, it's baseball players.
Look how the pitchers hold it in their mind when the players at home running through the bat flip. It's like the next time they come up to the plate, they're gonna beam you with 100-mile-an-hour fastball, like, because you ain't like the way I flipped the bat. That's showing disrespect. No, don't throw them cookies down the plate. And that joint won't be going over the right field wall. Like, how about that? Like, don't get mad because I'm flipping the bat. Like, get out of here.
Yo, and shout out to Brett jumping on IG. Lil Miriam and Jamar just joined on IG as well. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, what up?
And I also see 6'1" Amazon on there as well. Miss Shanika in the building. Good to see you, man.
All right, man. So we're going to go into the last question of Tone's top 5.
Oh, man.
With the NCAA March Madness tournament kicking off, which it kicked off last night, and games is actually going on tonight as well. Mm-hmm. What is your most memorable moment of the tournament? Kat, what was your most memorable moment of the tournament?
Villanova. Last play felt like a four-court pass, but it wasn't. Shot, make, game over, celebration, the whole city.
Yeah,
the whole city. That was the one, man. That was one of my one of the biggest memories. Because it ended up being at that time too. I had 2 cousins at that time that was actually going to Nova, so it was like even extra for them because that was extra excited stuff too. So yeah, that was probably my biggest memory. Okay, nice.
Joel?
Yeah, that one was mine as well because I remember exactly where I was at. We actually got together. We went out to it was called Halftime Good Time at back then. They just changed the name not too long ago. And it was me and a couple of the fellas that went out there. We got together, watched the game, and they won and stuff like that. But then it got me thinking also when the Florida Gators made the run, when they had Al Horford and Joakim Noah on that team. That was another one where it just caught my attention during that March Madness run.
Okay. So me, man, I'm gonna answer this question, man, and it's actually 3. I'm gonna give 3 memorable moments in the NCAA, only because I was a part of 2 of them. So you know what I mean. So the first time, man, was back in the year 2000, man, when Temple, and this was actually even before the NCAA actual tournament, but Temple had played St. Bonaventure down at remember the FU Arena. I mean, its first union center down there where the Sixers used to play. They played down there, man, and this one, boy, Quincy Wiley was on the squad. You know what I mean? John Chaney still was a coach. So boom, Temple win the A10 tournament. That's what we was at. We was at the A10 tournament championship game. They win a championship. So we rushed the court. I was down there with my homie Duran. I was there with my best friend Duran and whatever. We down there. So we all acting like we Temple grads and all that. Like we went there. So we stormed the court. We rushed the court or whatever. And you know, we jumping around like we, you know what I mean? Actually we get caught. Like as far as on picture wise, we was on the front of the Empire and shit. You know what I mean? Like because we was there, we was in the crowd or whatever, right? But just in the midst of all that, right, jumping around, like a backstory on it is my man Duran loses his cell phone, right? So lose the cell phone. Obviously, we finished celebrating. We in the midst. We even run into the boy Quincy Wiley in the middle of the crowd, like with everybody. We dap him up. We like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, win that shit for Philly. You know what I mean? They like, yeah, we ain't done. So boom. So when we get outside, my man like, oh man, my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got my phone. So I wound up calling it like on my phone. And this young boy picks up. We like, yo, you found a phone like at the game, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And the young boy like, yeah, I found it, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. I'm down here in South Philly, you know what I'm saying? Meet me on like 12th and Carpenter, you know what I'm saying? I'll give it to you. So we like, all right, bet, boom. We slide down there. Crickets down that joint, cuz we called the phone. He must have turned the joint off. He got my man for his jack. I was like, damn. But, you know what I'm saying? All in all, man, obviously the backstory, like I said, backstory on that, man. We was on the front of the Empire. Temple won the A10 tournament against St. Bonaventure. You did 2000. You know what I'm saying? That was that, right? So now my most memorable, I'm going to say, tournament run. It's just a run for me. And I'm going to have to go to the 2003 Syracuse Orange team, man. Here, you know, when Melo came in and, you know what I mean, led them boys to the championship, man, against a great, good Kansas, you know, squad, man. And, you know, they had obviously the boy, you know, man from Philly, Hakeem Ward. He was on the squad, you know what I'm saying, won the championship with them, boy Skinny. They had the guard, Jerry McNamara, you know what I'm saying, who was from the town where I played college basketball at, you know, so he was the man out there until, you know, I got out there. But that's a different story. But anywho, you know what I'm saying, Syracuse, you know what I'm saying, run that Carmelo, the team that Carmelo was on, the best run that I must say of a team that I seen, man. And last but not least, again, another story with my man Duran. This was actually back in 2013, where I actually attended, you know, March Madness game, and it was the game, if y'all can remember, I probably told this, you know what I mean, story before, man, when I was down at the Comcast Center where Florida Gulf Coast, you know what I'm saying, upset University of Georgetown, man, you know what I'm saying, and it was my homie birthday. We was down there, you know what I'm saying, and that was my first time actually ever going to Xfinity Live, you know what I'm saying? That drink was definitely live, you know what I mean? Definitely lived up to the name, man. Whatchamacallit was in it? LaSalle was in the tournament, you know, at the time too. And they wasn't playing in Philly. They was playing obviously somewhere remote. And they were showing the game in Xfinity Live. And it was going crazy in that joint, man. You would have really thought we was probably at a LaSalle game in their home jump. Every time they was scoring, it was going crazy. They wound up winning the game. And it was a dude from South Philly. Like, it was a couple shots he was making. He was floating them joints. And, you know what I mean? He was going in. And when they interviewed him at the end of the game, he was like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? He was getting in the lane, you know, throwing up them shots. Like, is there something to that? Is that a shot you made up? He's like, man, you know, they ain't nothing but the little South Philly floater. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Put Philly on the map, man. But, yeah, man, 2013, bro, that was definitely a good memory for me, like I said, because I went to the game, was down there, seeing that upset. Florida Gulf Coast dudes was balling. They was athletic, dunking alley-oops. it was hype, and that was when y'all remember the NBA player Otto Porter, man. He was a part of that Georgetown team, man. So seeing that in person, man, was definitely a treat, man. And, you know, me being a Duke Blue Devil, you know what I'm saying, fan, man. Of course, anytime they went out and won, you know what I mean, the national title when they did, man. Even back in the day with Bob Hurley's, Christian Leighton's, Grant Hill, you know what I'm saying, great teams, man. And even the Michigan run, man. That Michigan team, man, when they got to the championship and they lost to Carolina because Chris Webber called a timeout, you know what I'm saying, when they didn't have one. So there's a lot, man. March Madness, man, and that's my thing too, man. If you definitely gonna find a player, you know, in this tournament, man, that you never heard of, that you just like, damn, he been under a rock or something. But this player has obviously been balling all year, man. And I want to just give out some tournament runs and some individual runs, you know what I'm saying, that come to the 2023 UConn team. They said they dominated all opponents with a total margin of victory rarely seen in modern era. The 85 Villanova squad, as a number 8 seed, they upset top-ranked Georgetown in the final, the lowest seed to ever win a championship as well. The 1983 NCAA State, you know, the Cinderella story, winning on a buzzer beater. Remember when they threw the shot up and ball caught the alley-oop, he dunked and he was looking around like he made a mistake, but he actually, you know what I'm saying, won the right. And then the legendary, you know what I mean, what's my man who passed away, man? He was their coach. I can't think of his name right now, man. Dickie V, homie. You know what I'm saying? He obviously had this stories about him. What is my man name, y'all? I'm drawing a blank, but somebody in the chat, you know what I mean, help me out. But anyway, he was a head coach of that 83 team. And then the 2018 Loyola Chicago seed, there was a number 11 seed that reached the Final Four. And 2022 St. Peter's, they were the only 15 seed to ever reach the Elite Eight. And obviously that's probably still active. The best of one of the best individual tournament run, Kemba Walker, UConn, 2011. He carried the Huskies through a huge Big East title. Y'all remember when he made my man fall from Notre Dame and hit the buzzer beater in that game to win in that joint and to go on that NCAA tournament run, win that joint. Steph Curry, Davidson, 2008. He averaged over 30 points a game and led them into a deep run. Pause. Magic Johnson. That we all forget about, you know what I'm saying, how great Magic was, you know what I mean, and the run he had back in 79 that was, and then he had dominated 79, and the tournament leading up to playing in that finals, of course, with who I think him and this one guy changed or got the NBA where it needed to be when he matched up with Larry Bird in the NCAA finals, man. So that's it for me, man. Great tournament. Stories, man, that I've seen. Like I said, that's my thing. I can't wait until tomorrow for real, because that's when everything really starts. And Duke plays at 2:50, so don't even call my phone. But yeah, March Madness, man. I love it.
Yo, you were so right when like the tournament makes names. You know what I mean? They put people on maps. They make a name. And I mean, of course, like Jameer Nelson, Deontay West. You know what I mean? It's like, no, that tournament made a name for those guys. I mean, they went from like who exactly are these guys to like, you know, first round draft picks because of the tournament. You know what I mean? So no, these people can make a name for themselves and really put themselves on the map and really become like, you know, like high draft picks because of what they're able to do in March. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, you're looking at the future right now. You know, we're definitely looking at the future when it comes to the tournament.
Yeah, man, I love it. Like I said, I love it.
There you go. All right, we've been on here for a nice little minute. Monet, what's up? How you doing? Monet is on IG. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. To all of our IG family, we appreciate every single one of y'all. To our YouTube family, we definitely appreciate y'all too. You know, where would we be without y'all? We have no idea. But there's one thing for sure that we want y'all to do is we want y'all to check out this real quick video. It could be just for you.
Hey, yo, Chef.
and I'm feeling good.
I got a feeling I'm on the way to make a couple millions. They done see all the hard work in the basement. They gonna see me shine bright from the ceiling. I got a feeling some gon' like it, some gon' hate it, most gon' love it. They say, you think you should boozy? I say, no, bitch, I'm bubble. I got a feeling. I do what I want, ayy. I do what you can't. If you ain't putting gas in my tank or cash in my bank, I don't give a fuck what you think. I got a feeling I am the one. No, I'll never be second. And when I die, I won't just die. Cause when I die as a legend. I got a feeling.
It's over already. About to play it again. Love that song so much. Anyway. Yeah, our QR code is right up at the very, very top there. Go ahead. Take your phones. Go ahead and click up on there. Check out the stuff that we have that's on our pop-up shop. Everything you see, including what Joel has on right now, the GNT shirt and hat right from that website. So go ahead and check us out. And hey, look, there's more than just us benefiting from what you see there. If you look at the ultimate, why am I talking? Joel, explain to the people what's going on when it comes to the autism awareness stuff that's on the website.
So anything purchased, all the proceeds, 10% of the proceeds will actually get donated to a nonprofit organization of our choice during the month of Autism Awareness Month, which is April. But bigger news is from now, well, actually starting tomorrow for March Madness all the way through April 6th, we're going to drop a 20% off everything on the site. So in addition to getting that 20% off, again, anything that's autism related, we're going to take 10% of those proceeds and donate them to a nonprofit organization, and a couple of different promos that we're going to be doing for the month of April. So please jump on that site, pop-up shop, GNT pop-up shop, QR code at the top, and shop. Do what it do. Look, bang, got my stuff. A couple people already supported, so thank you guys for that. But again, 20% off starting tomorrow for March Madness promo. Let's get it.
For all the goons out there, you can drink wherever you want in this cup. For all the goons, that decide to go ahead and goons, clown.
Hey, yo, I see. He said, y'all funny as hell. I'll be back later, bozos.
Listen here, Buster.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, 8 p.m., 8:30.
That was funny, man. That was funny.
Like this goon called us a buster and called us bozos. Oh my God. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay.
Yeah, we got to get that phone line back up and running.
Yeah, man.
That would have been a perfect time.
Like,
Tell me why you're mad, son. Tell me why you're mad.
No, hey, Joel, we really would have just sat back and put it on mute, and I'd have just been like, y'all have it. Forget my top five, man. I'm here for the smoke right now. Like, I'm just chilling. Yo.
Color commentary.
I asked the question. He talking about, you know what I think about that? I think Jalen Hurts whooped your ass in the Super Bowl. I was like, damn, y'all, I didn't ask that question. What you talking about?
I'm sorry, Tom.
No, because the funny part about it was because you're asking the question, but I see Larry and he's reading the comments.
He reading the comments,
yeah. I see the comment pop up, and then I just see Larry like. He starts shaking like, hold on a second. I'll answer your question.
So he turned into the Incredible Hulk.
he turned into the Buster.
Hey, yo, I was like, yo, I didn't ask you that question, man. What did you talking about?
I turned real bozo just for a second.
Yeah,
The clown.
Something I need to address. Hang on.
Yeah, the NFL contract. What about the contract I'm about to put on Chiefs Kingdom because of what we did to him in the Super Bowl? Did you see that? Our second line beaches. Get out of here. I was like, yo, I didn't ask you that.
Yeah, if I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm not talking about that Super Bowl. That's one thing. It's like you gotta pick your spots, bro.
Well, he did say if Mahomes wasn't hurt. So I guess that's what he. That's what he laid his hat on.
Yo,
even if he didn't get hurt, they were struggling last year.
bad.
It was bad.
He needed to get hurt.
Kelsey was dropping passes.
Yeah, they wasn't the same.
It was bad.
True.
Like, it's no way in the world he should have been talking at all. Like, he should be quiet and stay humble for the next 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? Like, he had 2 years of WAB in him. He needed to chill for another year and a half, and we see what happens later. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But that's okay. We're going to get the Goonathon hotline going, and we'll be
next week. Yeah, let's
talk to people like him, like y'all guys. You know, like
anybody could. No, that's what it's going to be called, yo. That is what it's going to be called. We got to stand that. And Mark, that's going to be the Goonathon hotline. You only can call in with the hot takes, yo. That's all you can do is call in with the hot takes.
Goonathon hotline. Can't make this stuff up, man.
Yo. That was great, man. That was great.
Man. It's about that time, peoples. Look, we appreciate every single one of y'all for tuning in. As always, like we said before, where would we be without y'all guys? So, with that being said, we need more of y'all guys to be part of the show. So, please like, comment, subscribe, share the content to the folks that's out there. And it's time to break it down. Bird Gang, what you got for the people?
Hey, yo, thank you guys for tuning in on another episode. Again, we wouldn't be here without you guys tuning in on IG, on YouTube, all those things. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, also share. But more importantly, support that pop-up shop. QR code at the top. Bird Gang checking out. Thank you.
Y'all already know, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all tapping in. GNT Sportstalk, episode 127. I'm sorry, episode 127. It was a blast. It was fun, man. This journey, oh my God, man. It just get better and better every week, man. So we thank y'all for the support. Like you all said, like, comment, subscribe, and share. You know what I mean? And make sure y'all hit that pop-up shop 20% off. I'm going on and grabbing something, man. So I expect y'all to do the same. But thank y'all for tuning in once again. We'll see y'all next week on 8 o'clock, 8:15. Y'all know where to tap in with us on IG Live or right here on YouTube. We appreciate everything, man. And then one thing, man, that y'all know that I'm a part of, I'm gonna promote it, is Laugh the Pain Away, man. The show that we're gonna have on March 28th. Down at the World Cafe Live Center, man. You can follow me. The link is in my bio. You can grab tickets now. The show is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, man. So tap in with your boy. Meet me down there. Come and hear some poems, man. Get you all sad, but then you gonna laugh that pain away. You know what I'm saying? With some comedians down there, man. Dope lineup we got going on, man. March 28th, the World Cafe Live Center, man. 30th in Walnut. I'll see y'all down there, man. And I'll see y'all next week. GNT Sportstalk. Let's get it.
Yo, Chief Nation. I think goons are allowed to be there too. So, show up. Bring all your busters with you. And have yourself some fun. Laugh the pain away from what the Eagles did to y'all in the Super Bowl. Not last year, of course, but the year before. Is that too hateful? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We appreciate every single one of y'all so much. Thanks again for tuning in. For the people that wanted to be updated, because I was asked this, my wife did have surgery on Monday. She is doing well. She's home. She's trying to relax now. So, hey, my God is definitely good. So, for the ones that's asking, there you go. That's the answer. And for everyone else, look, God bless every single one of y'all. Until next week, we look forward to seeing y'all Wednesday. Same bat channel, same bat time, maybe a little later. But we'll see y'all for sure. Peace out.